Judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree. It will live its life believing it's stupid. Great minds definitely don't think alike. And that's exactly what I've learned from this heroic, heart touching book, Fish in a Tree. Allie Nickerson lived her whole life up till fifth grade, escaping academic pressure and skipping school. She had developed a fear of humiliation and a fear of standing up for herself. She believed that she was dumb and that she could never change. Ali struggled in sixth as well until Mr. Daniels came. When Mr. Daniels took a step into Ali's troublesome life, Ali's path was paved as if fate had decided to rewrite itself. Mr. Daniels quickly identified Ali's dyslexic disabilities and helped her learn and develop. Now, listen closely as we walk down her memory lane of struggles, specifically with bullying and feeling of inferiority. Pay attention to how she fights her battles, holding on to every fragment of hope throughout the story as it slowly gets woven into a glorious change and a new beginning. The woman takes out a white pointed hat. Now, this is something teachers began to use in school towards the end of Noah Webster's life. It is called a dunce cap. As a punishment for misbehavior, a child would have to wear it and stand in the corner, facing the wall. I hear giggling. She is showing her slate to a bunch of other kids. There is a head wearing a dunce hat and Ali is written underneath. What's the fuss about? The guide asks as she walks over. Then she turns to them. That isn't very nice. It is that, please. I stand, willing the tears that comes to my eye to stop, knowing they will only give everyone more to make fun of. Are you all right? The guide asks me. Everyone's quiet now. They're all watching me. It's worse than the laughing. So I run out of the room and out of the museum. A woman calls to me, but I keep going. Out the door and around the back, across the lawn of a beautiful light green house. I find a swing set, which reminds me of my grandpa and how we spent hours on them at the park. I try to think about what he'd say now, and I'm sad that it's hard for me to remember his voice. My hands slide down the chains as I sit on the seat, thinking of when I was little, when my world wasn't such a heavy place. I used to love to swing as high as I could, leaning back, reaching for a bright blue sky with my feet, and it made me feel like I could do anything, reach anything. I lean my cheek against the cool chain, feeling like I can't reach anything anymore. Then the tears come. And then, standing in front of me are feet. The shoes of them belong to Mr. Daniels. He stands for a while without saying anything until he finally says my name. All I can do to respond is sniff. Can you tell me what happened in there? I don't know what to say. Such a small question and such a giant answer. Please just leave me alone. He takes a couple of steps away and stays quiet for a bit. Then he says, my brother and I used to love to write in the sand on the beach when my family would go to Maine. I don't answer him. Then he picks up a stick and writes something in the dirt under the swing next to me. More words. Why can't I ever get away from words? He turns towards me and I stare at his knees. Ali, he says, holding out the stick. Do you want to write something? I shake my head. I think of flying on swings through bright blue skies and away from words like dumb and freak and loser. He squats down in front of me. I'm sorry about whatever it was that upset you. Let me help. I take a deep breath, and when I let it all out, the words come with it. Nobody is ever going to be able to help me. Not ever. They all said I should have a dunce cap, and they're right. That's the thing. They're right. Oh my, Ali. You don't believe that, do you? I can hear that it's just shock to him. I finally look up at him. Why wouldn't I? Because you are most certainly not dumb, Ali. You're just saying that. No, I'm not actually. For one, you're an amazing student on those bus driver math problems. You're one of those kids who gets the really harder ones correct. I look up at his face with the bright sun behind him and blurt out, but how come I can't read? It's the first time I've ever asked the question out loud. I guess it's because I'm so desperate for an answer. Oh, Ali, he says, this thing that makes school hard for you, I think you might have something called dyslexia. And it means, although it's hard for you to read, it doesn't mean you're dumb. He laughs out a little. In fact, you, Ali Nickerson, are far from it. Your brain just figures things out differently than other people. I'm different, he's got that right, but no way am I smart like he says. You don't understand. Yeah, Ali, I think I do. Then he leans in. And you know what? You're brave. I so want to be brave, but I'm not. Coming to school every day, knowing what you're in for, knowing school will be hard and the other kids are going to razz you, and you still come every day and decide that you're going to try again. I stay quiet, just thinking about what he said, hoping he knows what he's talking about. And you know something else? In some ways, you're a lot smarter than other kids. You can also do things they can't. For one, you're an amazing artist. Those drawings of yours, wow, Ali, you've got talent there. What do you think about that? It's like saying, I'm sorry, you're going to die, but at least people are going to bring you flowers. He laughs really hard now. See that? Seriously, Ali, only smart people say things like that. His voice drops. It's going to be okay, kiddo. I have never hoped for something so much as this. You and I are going to figure this out together. As a matter of fact, I already spoke to you and your mother, Mrs. Silver, and Miss Kelso, the reading consultant at school. I was already planning to call your mom and talk to you tomorrow. We're going to give you some tests. I deflate. Oh no, please no tests. Not the tests you're used to. You'll see. They're more like puzzles and games than tests, but the results will help us help you. I feel like I can look up for the first time. You're a smart child, Ali, and you're going to learn to read. A chill runs through my whole body. I don't have a choice but to believe him because I can't go another day thinking things will be like this forever. I wipe the tears from my face with the back of my hand. He stands up and we start walking back. Mr. Daniels looks up at the bright blue sky and says, now don't be so hard on yourself, okay? You know, a wise person once said, everyone is smart in different ways, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will spend its whole life thinking that it's stupid. I think hard about that. Could it be that simple? But mostly, I hope with every tiny bit of myself that Mr. Daniels is right about all of this. I hope this excerpt helped you see the pain, hard work, and dedication for growth. No matter how numb and shattered you feel, later on, this pain will define who you become. Thank you.